making a run at, aren't you? Rolling up a steak and going to Vegas.
Welcome to the #1 poker radio show in the world. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. 1 full hour of poker news, entertainment, and lots of Sin City surprises. Now, let's bring on the host. Here is Mark Hoke.
Wow, did I just do the underwater duck paddle? I love technology. How did they do it in the 70s? I couldn't imagine. My buddy Vincent's sitting over here, and where's the buggy? What do they have, hamsters running around in these things to do a broadcast? Oh my God. The guys in the 70s would probably see all this little bit of stuff and they were like, damn.
Rotary phones.
Yeah, rotary phones. I remember rotary phones. I am 46 years old. I have a very long memory of all that. God. Seriously, the computer decided to do it. My sound glitched. Computer does an update for about 10 minutes. Of course, this all starts at 2 o'clock. And I finally got the sound squared up. So we're good now, and we are very happy to be with you here at the World Series of Poker on the Mark Hoke Show. We are live in the hallways of the Rio. Oh, yeah, having a good time. Some people are having a good time around here. Some people aren't. That's kind of how it goes in this little shindig. But there has been some quality entertainment over the last couple of days. We talked about it a little bit on the show on KSHP yesterday. But, man, I'll tell you what. Making side bets is so scary. It's scary. Making them not sober is not good either. Oh, you guys, sometime you're going to, hey, you know what? It's everybody else's money, not mine. By the way, the stunningly beautiful Natasha Barber's standing over there. My heart goes pitter-patter every time I see her. Well, let her finish her lunch, for God's sake. Yeah. We'll get Natasha on the show. She may have some insights into some fun things happening here at the World Series. Hi, Natasha. Look at this. This is like.
This is Max Still's behavior.
Wow.
Removing the patches.
Oh my God. Well, you can wear patches on my show. In case you haven't noticed, I'm kind of NASCAR'd up around here. It's all good. Hey, Natasha, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
So how is your World Series going this year?
I get 2 outed every day.
Oh, no.
And then I go sweat Jason, who's winning and 2-outering people every day, so it's good.
It kind of works out.
Yeah, I've been railing more than playing. It's great.
Okay, so without Jason being here, and we got to get him on the show
I need to
because
remove my sweater.
I want to talk about all this crazy prop bet stuff going on. What has this been like with this bet getting all this publicity? I mean, you got to be kidding me.
Like 3 days before he won the first bracelet, we were in the car and we were like going to eat, and he was on his phone booking bets and booking bets and booking bets and booking bets. And I was like, come on, baby, like just like take a break.
Yeah.
Because this is like too much. And he was like booking infinite bets. To
Really?
win 1 bracelet, to win 2 bracelets, to final table, to just cash an event. I was like, okay, we need to slow down a little bit. And then 3 days later, he just wins 1. And I was like, okay, I won't ever say anything ever again. You go ahead and book all the bets you want.
Well, that was a wild one yesterday, too, because for those that may have missed this, of course, there is a 3-bracelet bet with Vanessa Selbst where Jason could win $1.8 million.
Yeah.
And has turned down the buyout. Of course, this has been all over the place. He came so close to winning the second one yesterday. And boy, that's got to be a tough one because I know he had a big lead in that tournament.
He was really disappointed. That bracelet bet, if he had won yesterday, he would have won like $500,000 in equity towards his 3 bracelet bets.
Wow.
So it was a big loss. It was a great win for everybody else, but for him inside, it was like a big loss.
And I know Brian Hastings had all those bracelet bets last year, and and he said, I'd never do that again. I would never do it again. It was just too much, and I can't imagine. And as good as Jason is, I mean, Jason could walk in here and if he'd win 5 bracelets, I don't think anybody would be surprised. He's so talented, but that's gotta wear on you after a while. Doing
He
this,
was
and doing that.
exhausted. Like yesterday, after playing Heads Up, he really wanted to sleep and like relax and like have the night off, but he had to hop in the horse because of all his other bets. And then tweeted again, "Hey, who wants to bet me I can win another bracelet?" So he is not taking a break until July 17, I guess.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Do you need me to sit down and talk to him?
Oh no, he's doing great.
Well, I'm sure he is. Yeah. But wow, I mean, it's just something else. Of course, you came close to winning a World Series poker bracelet here
Yeah.
last year, and I know you've been having a tough series so far, but you still got to be feeling. You've been playing such great poker the last couple of years, and people are, and you're really one of the top rising females, if not just top players in the game at this point. So you got to be excited about.
I
where your
feel really
career's going.
good. I'm playing my best, and every day I wake up and I do it again, and then every night I go to bed after getting bad beaten, and I'm like, okay, why am I doing this? And then I wake up again, and I really have like the need, and I really want to go play again. So it's just I really love it. So
Well, what's the key to recovering from that? Because for people out there that don't go through the 7-week grind, but maybe they come out here for a couple weeks and they want to play a few tournaments, and they're not used to, oh my God, I lost this one. Oh, now I lost this one. How do you recover from that?
well, I'm gonna give you a good example. I put my little sister in the Millionaire Maker. And so she played, she busted 5 minutes before bagging, and then on the way out, she doesn't really play a lot of tournaments, so she's an amateur, she plays a little bit of cash here and there, and then on the way out, she just sat on the bench, and she started crying. And I was like, and she looked at me and she said, how do you do it? She said, it hurts so bad, how do you do it? Playing all day, getting like 2 hours, and then leaving, and then waking up the next morning, doing it again, so. That's like a good example of like my family just like being like, I don't understand how you do this is really tough. But for those who like are here to play like 2-3 tournaments, like make sure to have fun, don't take it too seriously. Like it's a big field, it's really hard.
Yeah.
And you really have to like win flips and get lucky to like make it, especially in no limit unless you're playing mix.
So what other events are you really looking forward to on your calendar? Because I'm sure you've got a ton.
I'm going to
booked
reg the 08 now.
Okay.
So I'm going to reg that. I played it once like 2 years ago and I got 50th or something. So, and I've been
That's
like
good.
watching Jason play mix the whole year and playing a little bit myself. So I'm going to play some mixed events, I think, and also all the no limits.
Well, that's got to rub off on you too, because Jason's mixed games are incredible.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure you've learned a lot from him.
No, I feel good about that, specifically that game. I'm also going to play the deuce through 7 triple draw, so I'm excited about both.
No, I would love to see you win a bracelet. Golly, it would just
love to
just make
cash. I just want to make a day 2.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking bigger for you. So
Yeah,
you think
thank you.
think cash in day 2, and I'll sit here thinking gold around the wrist. All
Thank
right.
you, Mark.
Well, see, I got you back. You know that. All right. Well, I'll let you get back to doing what you're doing, and
Thank you.
good luck today.
Thanks a lot.
Oh
Thanks
wait,
for having me.
08 bracelet. Done. Book it. There you go. Natasha Barber joining us on the show, and really, she's one of the great players in the game, and certainly someone to keep an eye on for the next few years as she continues to her rise in poker. And hang around Jason Mercier doesn't hurt either. That's all right. By the way, we're also scheduled to have Josh Brickus calling in. Josh does Brickus Breaks, but of course, Josh is actually home in Pittsburgh right now as he's trying to kind of get everything together. With the business and, a lot of changes in his life and things going on. I can sympathize with the man, but great guy. And we're going to talk to him about what is a break. That's what everybody asks me when they talk about Bricks Breaks. What is a break? And I try to explain it to him as best I can, but we'll get the man on here to do a little call-in and discuss it with you in a little bit. But that's a great perspective on what's going on with Jason. The only man we need to hear from is Jason himself. But it's so sick. And Vincent, look at this guy. See, he knows. This man knows marketing. He does. I know this for a fact. Casino World Magazine. Casino World Magazine, as you can see right there. That does say Hoke on poker. I know that's probably freaking everybody in the World Series out. But check it out. Of course, a lot of great articles in here. Look at sex, drugs, and poker. Who doesn't want to read that? It's great stuff. And they are back on the shelves here at the World Series. And would certainly appreciate it if you would take a look at that. Hey, Kathy, how you doing? Oh, no. Oh, we're on the air. You want to say hi to everybody real quick? You want to be on the show? Get Kathy Stackpole in here. One of the really fun players from the PPC Poker Tour, and I swear to God, every time I look around, this woman's on a final table down in Tampa. It's sick. I mean, you're a darn good player, Kathy. We all know this.
Well, thank you. I'm still trying to grow, busting out and taking it well.
Well, how's your trip to the World Series going? Obviously, not so good at the moment, but what's it like for you being out here?
Oh, I'm loving it. This is the
moving in there
second
a
year
little
I came, and it's only the first bust out, so I've got 2 more to go. I'm representing the Tampa Bay Poker Club at the Silks in Tampa at the racetrack.
Yeah, and it's a great facility down there. In fact, I'll be back down there in July for July 14th through the 24th for the PPC North America Championship, which you did pretty well in last year, if I remember correctly.
I did.
So-
I did, and I'll be in there again this year, hopefully.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. So what's the difference between playing here and playing at Tampa? And Tampa's a great room, a lot of talented players. But, for those that play in a local casino like that, what's the step up like?
Well, the Tampa players are very good, so it's very good training. The Tampa Bay Poker Club sent 18 out here this year. But it's always interesting to see all the new moves, too. And we have a lot of young players here, whereas we don't in the poker club.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there are so many great players, and you'll be hearing about them. Of course, you follow the show, you hear about guys like Tom Clements and Danny Lobato and all those guys. It is a really tough place to play. I mean, all those stops on the PPC Poker Tour, it is one of the most brutal series to get through. I mean, there's just so many great players down in Tampa. It's unreal.
It is. They're very good. I was really surprised they came in 6, but maybe I'm improving.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you at the North America Championships.
Thank you.
And we got to get you down to Aruba.
Oh, I haven't been there. I'm looking forward to it.
Just come anyway. Even if you don't win a package, you got to come down. You'll love it. I'm telling you.
I hear great things about it.
Yeah, just come down there and win the main event.
Thank you.
That's all you got to do.
Thank you.
Well,
I've enjoyed it.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. You're one of my favorite players out on the circuit, and I would love to see you have some great success here at the World Series of Poker. It would be awesome.
Your encouragement's always been meant a lot to me. Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, best of luck, and hey, enjoy Las Vegas for the rest of the day.
I intend to.
Yeah.
It's beautiful out.
Yes.
Thank you.
You got it. Kathy Stackpole, of course, one of the regulars on the PPC Poker Tour down at Tampa Bay Downs. So Brian and Sandy, I'm sure, are going to be very happy that she stopped by. Thank you. And we'll be having one of the tournament breaks coming up here in a little bit. But, that's part of the fun of the PPC Poker Tour, and being out there. And I'm sure, there's other tours out there that everybody's, coming in here, and all funnels into this place. That's what it does. It all funnels in here. And I can tell you that, being somebody that played at the Borgata, and some of the other places out east, that, you run into great players, but then you come here and it's just such a spectacular experience. And if you've never been to the World Series of Poker, why the hell aren't you here? We miss you. I'm sure all the pros miss your money too. Oh, no, I didn't say that. 115? That's all? Oh. Well, I think I just booked my Father's Day plans soon, which will be involving inside. Because I just picked up some extra, from the work. Money in the Bank, WWE down at the T-Mobile Arena. You betcha. I'm going now. I'm excited. That is a Father's Day present for me. I can't wait. So, yeah, I mean, so much to do out here in Las Vegas, and we'd love to have you join us. And, of course, we're right down here in the Rio Convention Center between Brasilia and Miranda, right on the corner by the Poker Kitchen, which nobody can ever find. But that's okay, because, of course, I'm here to answer everybody's questions, too. I'm the info booth for the World Series of Poker. Yes, very much. All right, we're going to step back. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll put the fan cam up. You get to see all your friends, neighbors, some of the great pros in the game walking by, hanging out here at the Rio, and we come back, we'll get you some more results, and Josh Brickus is going to be joining us, plus whomever else we can grab. It's always a lot of fun. Random draw here at the World Series of Poker. So stick around, guys. We will be right back.
With a WSOP coming up, you can now win a seat in the Colossus with a U-State Colossus seat giveaway. It's the dream of every poker player to play in the biggest events in the world or to have a piece of their favorite championship players. Now, with Ustake.com, that dream can become a reality. Ustake.com offers you a chance to put up staking packages for the events that you want to play or buy pieces of top professionals for as little as $20. Using a safe and secure payment and payout process, all transactions are done with full transparency, so you know where your investments are and that they're handled properly. And the best part is, anyone can participate at Ustake.com, from the amateur to the top poker pro. So what are you waiting for? Sign up for free at Ustake.com and get in on the exciting poker action now. Sign up now using promo code MarkHokeShow and get free entry to the Colossus seat giveaway. One entry for signing up and earn another entry when you back a player. It's sports staking, simple and secure. Ustake.com. If you're into sports cards and memorabilia, you have got to check out Brickus Breaks. Very much like a poker tourney, you buy into a break and have a shot to get autographed jerseys and sports cards. Score unbelievable collectibles in heart-stopping fashion from one of the most trusted names in poker, Josh Brickus. Josh Brickus. Use code WSOP for $5 off any group break in the store. Check it out at joshbrickus.com and follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Brickus Breaks. So don't wait. Make your sports collecting dreams come true today with Brickus Breaks. We've all had that incredible poker hand we wanted to tell our friends about. The Share My Pair app is how to do it. Share My Pair is new and improved with remarkably faster hand entry, streamlined app navigation, updated graphics, plus more flexibility in managing notifications. Just enter your hand information and instantly create an engaging poker hand animation that you can seamlessly post and share on Twitter and Facebook. Use Share My Pair to learn from top pro players Phil Hellmuth, Greg Raber, Jonathan Little, Faraz Jaka, and others who use the app to share their most interesting, instructional, and memorable hands. Get Share My Pair for free in the App Store and now in Google Play for Android. And visit sharemypair.com. Play it, post it, share it at sharemypair.com.
The WSOP is back again. Is your poker game better than it was last year? Here's two-time bracelet winner and lead instructor at thepokeracademy.com, Rep Porter.
A simple way to really improve your tournament game is to get better at accumulating chips. When you have a healthier stack, it's easier to run deeper, it's easier to cash, it's easier to make the final table, and most importantly, you're going to win more money. We have a great free 8-part video series that will help you consistently build a bigger chip stack. We call it our Chips as Weapons series.
Get your free videos at thepokeracademy.com/Mark. That's thepokeracademy.com/Mark.
The heat is on. Whether you're in a major poker tournament, out on the golf course, sweating it up at the gym, or keeping the kids cool on a hot summer day, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel, which is officially licensed by NASCAR. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water, and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. It's lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy wherever you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, top sportsmen, poker players, EMTs, and the drivers of NASCAR today. Things are heating up everywhere, so don't wait. Visit ArcticBLU.com today. Enter the discount code MarkHokeShow and get an incredible 50% discount for all loyal listeners of the Mark Hoke Show. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot, so pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
This is Jim Feist in fabulous Las Vegas. If you're serious about winning and getting armed with information, free stats, videos, and top plays at jimfeist.com, plus free picks daily, just dial 1-888-294-1970. That's 1-888-294-1970, or text GAME to 25827, and we'll send you free plays right to your cell phone. Beat the books with the Vegas pros each and every day. 1-888-294-1970, or go to jimfeist.com.
Tax time is upon us again, and whether you're a poker player, a gambler, or just want to have a reputable accounting firm in your corner, look no further than Condler & Associates CPAs. Based right here in Las Vegas, Condler & Associates CPAs specialize in gambling taxation and ensure your returns are prepared properly. Firm owner Raymond Condler is an avid poker player and has been providing tax services to gamblers for over a decade. They'll assist you in areas such as determining if you're a professional gambler, calculating estimated tax payments, preparing your 1099s, foreign bank account reporting, and properly logging your gambling winnings, losses, and expenses. You've seen Condler and Associates CPAs at their booth at the World Series of Poker. Now come see them in person. For your free consultation, call 702-433-7075. That's 702-433-7075. Or visit www.pokercpa.com to set up your appointment today. So don't attempt taxes on your own. Bet Condler and Associates CPAs.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
The best in poker news, entertainment, and more. This is the Mark Hoke Show.
And we are back on the Mark Hoke Show live here at the World Series of Poker 2016 edition. All sorts of crazy stuff going on here at the WSOP. And we're bringing you all the news that's fit to talk about, and even some that's not. Kind of how it goes. But we're having a great time, and we're very happy to have you with us as we just enjoy our time here at the Rio. Now, I do have an announcement to make for those of you that are listening. All right, and if you happen to catch the podcast, whatever. The first person to come up here to the stand and say, "Hey, Mr. Poker," that's the phrase that pays. "Hey, Mr. Poker," is going to win a free seat. That's right, a free seat in the Raising the Stakes for CP One Step Closer Foundation Celebrity Charity Poker Tournament over at Planet Hollywood tomorrow. You want to go over to the mezzanine level at 12:30 for registration. It is going to be a great time. Celebrities like Montel Williams, Cheryl Hines, Anthony Anderson, who I just saw on To Tell the Truth. And if I see Anthony Anderson over there, I'm going to tell him that he's got to clean a couple things up on To Tell the Truth. I was a little disappointed. I thought he did a good job except for the two times that he swore. And there was a little reference about something that I didn't think was necessary. Okay? So, Anthony, you don't have to overdo it. You've got Betty White on the show, for God's sake. What more do you want? She was awesome. But, but Anthony Anderson's going to be there. Jennifer Tilley's coming over. We've got Playmates. We've got Jose Canseco. We've got Randy Couture and other UFC fighters, and then some top pros like Jamie Gold, Dennis Phillips, Noah Schwartz, Maria Ho, Antonio Esfandiari, Daniel Negreanu, and so many others going to be over. I'm going to try and stop by over there real quick and at least say hi to everybody. So there it is. The phrase that pays, if you come over and say, "Hey, Mr. Poker," I'm going to give you a free seat in terms. That does not include add-ons, by the way, or anything like that. You get a one entry into the tournament. So what's the phrase that pays? "Hey, Mr. Poker." Because that's what we do for our listeners. All right, so we do appreciate that. Let's and thanks to them for donating the seat. So make sure you take care of Jacob and Bernard over there. All right, let's take a look at what is going on here at the World Series of Poker. A lot of excitement, of course, some of it generated by that bracelet bet. Jay, Mr. Costa, what's up, my friend? Good. Ah, it's Raymond Davis. You want to come on and say hi to everybody? We'll get Raymond on too. Don't be scared. Oh, don't be. Oh, man. I know you're back. Yeah, Raymond, by the way, Raymond Davis is on Facebook again. The world is right.
The world is right again. They let terrorists on, but they don't let me on.
I know.
The terrorists, you got a terrorist profile, you can fucking be on. But all the terrorists all their shit,
but you can't.
No, Mark Zuckerberg, you know.
He's a rat bastard.
He's a dictator.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? That's funny. So, You know, Raymond, you ought to put me in this Omaha tournament for all this free press I get you. Oh, I do. I'm better with 4 than 2. But there you go. So Raymond Davis just sticking his head in there real quick. That's crazy. And by the way, Vincent is over here opening up a chess game. This is crazy. I mean, I'm sorry I don't have a camera going that way, but this is gonna be a great day. But yeah, Raymond Davis is back on Facebook, so everybody's all good now. 30-day ban, and we actually asked Raymond on the show a little while ago what happened. It's in the archives. Just go to YouTube and punch up Mark Hoke Show. I think that was on either 611 or 612. You'll see it in the comments. Make sure you check that out. That was a great interview with Raymond, by the way. All right, back to what's going on at the World Series. I'm going to take the story back here just a little bit, a couple of days ago to Monday. Jason Mercier winning event number 16, the $10,000 deuce to 7 draw low ball championship, no limit tournament, beats Sir Watts to win his 4th World Series of Poker bracelet in his illustrious career. Event number 17, the $1,000 no limit hold'em goes to Chase Bianchi. Bianchi from Golden, Colorado, takes that down as he beats Eric Silberman, heads up in that one to take that title. Event number 18, that goes to Marco Johnson, who wins his 2nd World Series of Poker bracelet. Johnson wins $259,730, knocking off Jared Tallarico, who was out in front of that, but of course, Marco's a pretty darn good player, in case you didn't know. Yeah, this is exciting. We got a crowd over here, man. This is great. Between Vince playing chess and me doing the show. Event number 19, the $1,000 pot limit Omaha goes to Sam Savarell. Savarell wins $185,317. He's out of West Palm Beach, Florida. Nice little place to be. Beats Kirby Lowry, heads up in that one. Not a lot of notables. Probably a big one. Joshua Gibson 10, Dan Shack at 11. But congratulations to Savarell winning that title. Event number 20, and this was the one that caught everybody's eye the other day with, of course, Jason Mercier had a big lead in this one. Had 2.6 million chips, which is over half, with about, I believe, 5 or 6 players to go, but comes up short and finishing second. Ray Dekharghani wins the bracelet. His first bracelet, he is out of Leawood, Kansas, so stops Jason Mercier from winning his 2nd World Series Poker bracelet of the series. And, of course, that involves the big bet that he has. Oh, watch your backpack, sir. Sir, watch your backpack there. Thanks. All right, and but Mercier, of course, has that huge bet with Vanessa Selps where he got 180 to 1. Jason put up $10,000. If he picks up 3 World Series of Poker bracelets, he wins $1.8 million from Vanessa Selps. So that is crazy enough. But Mercier just coming up short in that one. And in third, Ki Zhu, I'm probably not sure about that. Brian Hastings in 4th on that one. John Reisner was in 5th. Robert Campbell in 5th. John Reisner in 6th. Bart Hansen in 7th. Mats Pescatori going 9th in that one. Robert Mizraki, also another deep run, finishes 10th. Scotty Abrams, 11th, and Matt Grapenthien in 12th. So, and Phil Hellmuth, by the way, a deep run in that one, finishing in 15th in event number 20. But the big story there, of course, Mercier coming up just a hair short of winning bracelet number 2 in this World Series, which would have put him in great position to win that bet. And apparently, according to Natasha Barber, there's a lot more. Event number 21, 15 to go in that one, the $3,000 6-handed no-limit hold'em. And Martin Kozlov, we've heard that name a few times, is out in front with 15 players left. He's at 2 million chips. Andros Iokimedes in second at 1.9, so he's just behind him. Calvin Lee in third with a 1.55 million, followed by Stefan Sothenheimer at 1.15. Mark Herm is in there, a good buddy of ours from the show. He is at 1.1. Dipthrong, one of the greatest online players in the history of the game, 5th place. And Giuliano Bendinelli is in 6th at 1 million chips. Alex Queen is right there, too. There's a pretty good name. Raghav Bansal in 8th. And Matt Giannetti, former November Niner, in 9th. Jordan Christos, Stephen Thompson, Justin Adams, David Van Plu, Doug Polk, and Will Givens still alive in event number 21. So it should be an exciting finish to that one as we near a final table there. Event number 22, 13 players left in the $1,500 no limit hold'em. Danny Lee is leading the way. He is at 800,000 chips. Tyler Bonkowski in second at 650,000. Dan Eberly in third at 630. Scott Farnsworth in fourth, 596. Andrew Beversdorf at 460,000 is in fifth place, followed by Dave Tobin, Dustin Bush, Daniel Huseman, Esmeralda Villafuerte, Daniel Adema, Mark Gregorich, and Alan Bittekoffer still standing. 12 to go in event number 22. Event number 23, $2,000 no limit hold'em. They are down to 160 players, so that'll be resuming here fairly shortly. Jake Labonte from Gatineau, Canada, at 305,000 leeway. And Anthony Spinella, former World Series poker bracelet winner, is in second with 380, followed by Bob Beck, Iman Shabazi, Yuri Boyko, LaDarren Banks, Camille Mohammed, Kyle White, Pascal Hartman, and Ivan Freites. Your top 10. Matt Stout sitting in 12th place in that one as he chases that elusive World Series of Poker bracelet. Joe Sirach is in 16th. Just going down there, Craig Varnell in 21st. And I do apologize if I miss anybody. Ono D, of course, a former November Niner. He is at 100,000 in 27th place. And let's see, Evgeny Timoshenko still alive in that one. Jeff Madsen's still there. Those guys duking out. Actually, they're listed at 45 here. That's kind of crazy. And Lucky Chewy in there as well. So not sure exactly how many are left, but they're saying 160, but they got 45 plus some eliminations on the board. So we'll just stay with the 160 and trust him on that. Event number 24, $10,000 horse championship. That kicked off yesterday. And right now, Jason Somerville leads the way. That'll be a popular victory. Somerville at 300,000. Matt Vengren at just behind him at 295. Philip Hui at 285. Daniel Lai at 260. John Holly also at 260, as is Jose Paz Gutierrez. Yuval Bronstein, Yuvi, good friend of the show, is at 245, followed by Ron Ware, Adam Freeman, and Alexei Makarov. And, of course, a ton of other notables in there like Cyril Mizzi, Bryn Kenny, Jared Blesnick, James Obst, and so on down the line. John Manette's in the hunt in that one. He's got a second and a third place finish, so he's got to be looking for a win on this one. Eric Seidel still in there, John Hennigan, Nick Schulman, and so many more battling it out for that bracelet. And then starting here in just a little bit, the tournament that I am so sad that I'm not in right now, the $1,500 Omaha High-Low Split 8 or better, getting ready to get started here. Should have seen that kickoff here just a couple of minutes ago. So the Omaha Split 8 or better happening right now. All right, and look who's meandering over here. The photo model. Big sexy. Jamie Gold. Let's see if he's going to sneak on the show or he's just going to do some work. I've got you. Come on and join us. Just work our way around Vincent's chess game there. They got the clock and everything over there. This is fascinating. I don't know what's cooler, having a world champion on the show or seeing this chess game. Because these are world-class chess players right here duking it out.
Very good chess player.
Did
Hey, don't forget your wife. Don't forget your wife. Who's next?
He's hustling over here. Unbelievable. Let's get Jamie Gold on the show.
People walking away. You know, that's
They're scared. They're scared, man.
world champ. How are you, sir?
Hey, what's your name?
Boss.
Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Jamie.
I already
Yeah,
know. Jamie Gold, the man.
we all know.
My little dog. You know Randy Moss?
Sure, yeah.
Well, he's my friend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, absolutely. I play poker with chess.
Oh, that's very nice.
Well, let's say hi to Jamie Gold.
What's that?
Let's say hi to Jamie Gold.
Hello.
I'm sorry, it probably caught you at a little bit of a rough time with the bust out, but
Yeah. So far, I don't ever remember running this bad in such a short period of time. Maybe it's happened before, but I feel like I would have remembered it. Where in one tournament, I actually had set over set 3 times. and trips. I lost to trips with the ace high. So it was like set over set basically 4 times in one tournament in one day. I guess, you don't get that many sets very often.
Yeah.
But to lose with all of them, pretty like I just meeting 2 other sets is just so rare. It happens to me on average maybe twice a year. And it's happened now, twice that in one day, and not today. Today was just continually running bad, and I feel sometimes you feel like there's nothing you can do, right? No matter how well you play sometimes, and I feel like I am playing my best. So poker sometimes can be really frustrating and upsetting.
She's a bitch.
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't have people staking me, I have 52 backers in this first U-stake package for my my first 8. I think it was going to be 11 events, but now it's down to like 6 because I'm refunding 2 of them already because I have to do the charity event, and so I can't play that day. And
sure.
And one that my head wasn't in it, and it was $1,000, and I just thought, I'm not, you get no chips in the $1,000 event, and if my head wasn't in it, I just thought I'd rather refund people's money on that day. So I'll end up playing probably 6 events in this package, and I've never gone 10 events without cashing. So I hope that if it was my money, I wouldn't really care. But when you're playing for other people, and
well,
and I'm doing so well. My last 4 major events, I made 40 times my buy-in. I put up 6,000. I made 300,000, and so I just felt like I just thought it would go better. Yeah, I know. I need one event to not go really poorly.
Well, don't play chess over here because that's going to make you 0 for whatever. So
not. No, I could not compete with him. No way. No, I'm not a master chess player.
Well, Jamie, let me get your impressions about a couple of things happening at the World Series here. First, Chris Ferguson and Howard Lederer are here. What are your thoughts about them showing up here at the World Series? As a former world champion and ambassador to the game, what do you think?
I don't have the same opinion as everybody else does. I don't have all the facts. I've followed it a little bit, but I really don't have all the facts, and I've always known Chris. I never knew Howard very well, but I knew Chris pretty well, and he had always been, extremely kind to me. Seemed like a very generous, logical, fair human being. So I don't know the extent of his involvement. I feel like, Howard at least finally took the blame for, how he ran the company. And so I guess, in a way, he at least, he was running a company that, went under with a lot of money. And I definitely didn't get my money back. So, I'm not I'm not a huge fan of the whole thing, but I had been friendly with Chris, and then I just hadn't seen him since. So, I would absolutely shake his hand and sit down with him and let him, tell his side of the story before I made any judgments, because we just never know. We don't know. We do know Howard's side because he admitted that he was in charge and that he did, misappropriate the funds, and so and the fact that all happened, should he be allowed to be here? I'm not really the judge.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I think one thing that in a perspective that you've got that so few people have is, of course, Chris being a former world champion, you being a former world champion. There's that little fraternity there, and whether you like Chris Ferguson or hate him or your feelings about the guy, he's still part of that small fraternity of people that have got those banners on the wall, and having him pushed out of it under whatever circumstances, it's still, whether you like the guy or not, it's like he's still part of this great history of the game, and you miss it. You miss having that. You wish that thing was whole, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yes, without a doubt.
You know,
I
Russ
do miss-
Hamilton too. You know,
Yeah.
it would be quality entertainment if he showed up. But
Oh, he wouldn't. He couldn't.
yeah.
I mean, you know, he did some really, really underhand and sleazy things that, you know, there's a difference between, you know, misappropriating funds or maybe, you know, Chris might be guilty of a crime of omission, where maybe he should have been more on top of it. You know, because I don't know. You just never know. But I have a feeling that maybe he kind of allowed it to happen, if I had to guess. And so right there, you know, you have some responsibility. But, you know, it's not like actively cheating people out of millions of dollars. You know, I do believe that that they never thought it was going to end. And so I have a feeling that they actually had the best intentions in a weird way. Like, again, without any real information, if I had to guess, my guess would be that they believed that it was no problem to lend people money, you know, on the accounts of other people, because it was the money that they had, you know, that there would never be a run on the whole, you know, banks do this all the time.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's like it's like the federal, you know, our federal government. They're spending billions of dollars or trillions of dollars they don't have, because they just know money's keeping coming in. So, you know, we'll be okay.
Correct.
You know, and yeah, I mean, you know, certainly once again, I'm not making any excuses for the full tilt guys. You know, so let's make sure we're square on
I'm
that.
just saying, if I had to guess, I would think that they did it with the best intentions, not even as far as the government was going. Meaning, you know, money that should have easily been recouped. But, well, you know what? That's not true, because I heard they were spending, let's say, like, you know, $300 million or something on advertising and promote to build their company.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of money to spend when you don't have it.
Yeah.
And you're borrowing it from.
It's horrible mismanagement at best.
At best.
At best.
Yes.
To say the least.
But I'm saying but sometimes I feel like I have to give people the benefit of the doubt when I don't know.
Yep. Well, you know, I can't wrap my head around this, but man, it's been 10 years.
Yeah.
It's been 10 years. You know, I still remember where I was when I watched you. I was watching you on pay-per-view. I was in a little basement where I had set up a little game in Reading, Pennsylvania, and stayed up all night and watched you win the world championship and watched you make that phone call home, and just remember how touched I was at that moment. And, you know, I mean, I don't remember where I was when I was watching many of these guys win titles and so on, but I remember that day. I really do. And it's incredible it's been that long. Uh-huh.
You know, that was the last and only time I think that they had the live pay-per-view, because they knew enough people would watch it, you know, because it was so popular back then. But you know, it hasn't been since.
Yeah, I mean, what's it like for you to think back on all that? I mean, like I said, I mean, you know, we've known each other for a while, but I can't believe it's been that long.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not that I don't think about it, but it's not something I think about a lot in my life. It's just, you know, it was a great experience that I had, and now I'm really focused and, you know, and excited about the new experiences that I'm having. And that, you know, maybe it's trying to live in the moment kind of thing, where I've been around too many people that have lived in the past and they're never happy. So maybe I learned that from, you know, maybe representing, you know, very successful and at sometimes famous and sometimes not people. And you saw the ones that were always holding on to, you know, what they had done 10 years ago. They were always sad and bitter, and they were just never happy, and they were always chasing. And so for me, it was amazing then, and I feel like my life is amazing now, just in a different way.
Yeah.
You know, like I get really excited about U-Steak and about, you know, Ojai Energetics and the World Poker Fund, and I love working. And so the brands and the businesses that I'm helping, that are all, moving forward and doing really well, that makes me really excited. And the fact that I can actually play. I know that I'm going to make a great profit for people. I'm going to put up, I think tonight I'm going to put up my main event package. So for the next week, anybody who wants a piece of my main event, and I pay back the full package first, and then I take 40%. So people always get their buy-ins back. And, over the last 2 years, I took 6 years off after 2006, 2007. Then 3 years ago, I took a year to retrain my game. Came back a year ago, made a final table at the World. I only played 5 events last year, but I made one final table at the World Series, so I had a great series. And then tore my Achilles. And then I couldn't play basically for 6 to 9 months. And then I just played an event. I played 4 major events in the last 9 months, and final table 2 of them. I came in second, to Antonio Esfandiari at the World Series circuit a few weeks ago. And so I knew that my game was back because there were like 700, hundreds of the best players in that field in LA at the World Series circuit main event. It was amazing. Even our final table had like 5 or 6 of the best players in the world.
Yeah, it was an awesome table.
So it was like, but it was just a huge field like that. Almost anybody who was going to make the final table was going to be a world-class player at that point. And then there's always someone who kind of gets lucky to get there.
Well, what did that mean to you to get to that table? Because people always bust your chops a little bit and and say, well, Jamie just psyched his way to the table, to the championship, and all that criticism you took years and years ago. But to come back and have all that time away and then reach a final table and get heads up in the Antonio in such a deep field, I mean that had to be
and even
nice.
deep, at the World Series, just 9 months before. So so I proved that I can do it. I can still obviously play it at the world class level, and I really retrained my game. And so what I did is I'm very heavily involved in startups now, right? And so Ohio Energetics is a startup, and U-Stake is a startup, and I'm on the advisory board of several startups, and I find that poker you have to take as a business. Especially if you're going to invest in anybody. So if anybody's even considering investing in me or anyone, you can take it as a just a fun gamble. But over time, if you're really going to take this seriously, what I did is I've mapped out, and I'm going to have this available. Might not be up tonight. My package will be up tonight, but within the next few days, I'm going to actually have a link to a chart where, in the same way that you would look at any business. So what have I done performance-wise in the last 6 months? What have I done in the last year? What have I done in the last 2 years? And that's pretty much all you need to look at. Because I only started again 3 years ago, and I just trained my game. And then, so based on the time I've been playing in the first year I was back, I made 3 times my money. Second year I was back, I made 10 times my money. So over the last 2 years, I'm an average of 6 times my money.
Jeez.
Which is a great return when you're playing poker tournaments.
Right.
I pay all my, I'm paying all the expenses on these things. I'm giving everybody their stakes back, and then I take 40%. So, it's not only very fair, but it's a great investment. And then I come here, and in my first 4 events, I don't cash, and so it just feels it's so frustrating because you want the first one to go so that everybody's on a free roll the whole time.
Right.
But I can, I feel like I can pretty much personally guarantee that if you stick with me over time,
you'll be okay.
You'll do very well.
You'll be all right.
Yeah,
it's like a stock.
If we just double our money, that
a stock in a good company.
What I don't like is that somebody, like I had somebody already tell me, they're like, oh, you said that you were feeling great and that you were you're making 6 times your money and that's your average, and you've already played some events and you didn't cash. I was like, poker's a long-term.
Welcome to the World Series.
Right. Poker's a long-term investment.
Right.
If you're looking at this is why I believe that you should, in general, unless you want to gamble, which is okay. Look, we all like a good gamble. I'll go bet on a sports game. I like a good gamble, right? I love the energy. But if you're looking to invest to really make money and you want to invest in me, which I think I have the highest return, at least one of the top 3 highest returns of anybody on our site. Because I know Zeno's been doing great, but he's playing really big buy-ins. So when you buy in for $1 million, and you make $1.1 million, that's great. Or you make $1.5 million, but based on the amount of money that you're risking, and this isn't me bragging or putting myself against anybody. It's just saying that 6 to 40 times your investment is about as good as it's going to get.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, and
We'd
this
all
is
take
over
it.
time,
Yeah.
over time.
We'd
you
all
know, this
take
is,
it.
This is, and so I feel like if anybody who's going to invest in me, just be ready to invest in multiple packages over time. I am going to go on tour this year, so every month, every other month. Yeah, for the first time in my life, I've never done the tour.
Wow.
Never done the European tour, the Asian tour, Australia, none of it. So right after I won the World Series, my dad was hanging on. We didn't know how many days he had left. He only made it about 6 months, but I spent 6 months with him, and then I played maybe 3 to 5 tournaments a year.
Yeah.
And still did okay, and still made a nice little return, but wasn't taking it really seriously.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Because all I ever wanted to do was win the main event, and I did it. And so, but now I'm back and taking it extremely seriously, and and also as an ambassador for U-Stake and as an investor, and and I oversee their marketing. It's really personally and ego-wise important for me, and pride-wise that I return a really healthy profit for my backers.
Right.
So. I'm only down maybe on the whole package. I think I'm down $6,000. And in our world, that's like 2 or 3 tournaments. It's just $6,000. I mean, it sounds like a lot of money to a lot of people, but when you're backing someone, not cashing in your first $6,000, it's bothering me. But it's really not. If anybody logical looks at it, they would say, what's your problem? Like, relax, and it's all going to come.
Yeah.
But I only have maybe 2 or 3 events left in this first package. I don't ever want there to be a package where I don't return.
Yeah.
And so I guess maybe, it's possible that it's going to happen at some point. And so I feel like, everyone who's behind me, you got to get behind the main event package too.
Yeah.
And that's also obviously the bigger one, and that's the one that everybody wants a piece of. So I know I'm not going to have a problem selling it. I just want, I just want it to go well.
Of course. Well, yeah, and you obviously you've mentioned with U-Stake, and they're one of the sponsors of the show. What about this other company you're working with?
Oh, High Energetics,
Yeah.
right. So what they sell is a cannabinoid oil, which is called CBD. And CBD has been found, in many studies, but more so just testimonials from people that because the FDA hasn't approved it yet, which doesn't mean that it's not a good thing for you. There's zero side effects. Nobody's ever complained. You can't find anything on the internet, anybody ever complaining about a side effect. So what it does is it instantly, within 30 seconds, for me and everyone that I've given it to, I've been giving out free samples at the table. 6 people at my table today said they're absolutely going to buy this. It instantly gets you into that zone. It used to take me months to get into a physically healthy spot, and then hours and hours at the table to try to get into that zone.
Yeah.
It instantly gets you into that zone if you're a poker player, and it takes away pains, joint pain, back pain. If you have any anxiety, my friend who actually recommended it to me was having really hard anxiety, really bad anxiety, and he couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
And he took it, and within 1 day, no anxiety, and was sleeping.
Wow.
I actually I told you I tore my Achilles. I couldn't get out of bed, and couldn't walk, and didn't have a day without pain until 2 weeks ago when I first tried the product, and they weren't planning on sponsoring me or doing anything like that. But something that got me out of bed, got me walking, and now I have no cast on, no pain. It was a miracle. I gave it to my mom. She had broken her foot. She couldn't walk. Gave it to her within 1 day. She said, I don't know how this is working, but I'm out of pain.
Wow.
It works.
Okay.
It's it's a natural supplement, food supplement that absolutely works, and has changed my life, and I think it's magical. And you can go to ohienergetics.com, and anyone can buy it, and 100% money back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, no questions asked.
All right.
And then if anybody sees me at the World Series of Poker, I'll actually give you the cash out of my pocket if you're not satisfied, and you just give me your unused portion of it, because I'm going to use it.
Wow.
And I'll gladly refund anybody's money in cash that they bought the product.
Well, that's a deal. So
Yeah.
that's not bad.
Yeah.
Man, I can tell you're fired up.
I am.
You are fired. You know, I mean, whenever a lot of times we've done interviews and you've been around here, you know, you've been pretty casual, you know, but you get excited. But I can tell this is a very focused and motivated Jamie Gold this year.
I am. Well, mostly, you know, as we were talking about for the last 20 minutes, because I need to make a profit for my U-Stake backers, and so. You know, that's my motivation, and that's why I'm here. And you know, I had just done an interview for
Casino World magazine,
which I love.
Thank you.
And
did you read that really great column in the middle?
I did, about Mark Hoke, Mr. Poker.
Yeah, it wasn't about me,
but. So in the interview, which will come out, you know, for the main event, they asked me, you know, how does it feel coming back? And truthfully, if I was just coming back for my 10-year anniversary, you know, it would be something interesting, you know, a little more interesting than any other year, I guess. But not something that I would really focus on, and something that, you know, I would make a huge deal about. But the fact that I'm coming in with 52 people who backed me, who believe in me, which are fans, friends, family, you know, makes me feel so good, and also a certain amount of pressure, but I thrive under pressure.
Yeah.
I love pressure. It feels like whenever I have a work deadline, you know, I'm not a procrastinator, but I like when you tell me we have to get something done in the next 10 minutes. I'll find a way to get it done. So I love it.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I'm a great member of a team, so that if we ever need to get something done, just tell me what needs to get done and we'll get it done. And so I feel like I'm under an incredible amount of pressure to, you know, give a healthy return and profits for the people who are investing in me, and hopefully they'll be investing with me all year round, because again, it's not a one tournament, one package thing. You know, I'm a year-long player, which over the year I will return a profit. Any 1 week, I don't know. I'm having a really bad week so far.
Well, that's why the bar is over there.
Yeah,
you know, that's what we do.
I'm not a big drinker during the World Series of Poker.
Well, I'm just saying, it's available if you need it.
Yeah, it's not. No, that's not what I'm looking for.
Well, I can't help
in
you.
Life,
with
no, in life,
but,
I like to have a drink, but not when I'm here at the World Series of Poker. I keep really focused, and you know, and it really is amazing. I'm in this amazing zone. I'm in this amazing place. I feel great. You know, I'm just really frustrated with what's happening.
Yeah.
But it's hard to feel really frustrated when I'm taking the CBD, because it takes away all your anxiety.
There you go.
And so
you got it.
I don't have a lot of anxiety about it, but I would usually. So I guess it's a good combination. Yeah. I would just like to not run so bad in one tournament this World Series.
I think at some point you're going to be all right.
I have to believe that I will
Jamie,
too.
You need a hug. You're all right.
I do. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, could you imagine the possibility of you in the 10th anniversary of your championship?
I am actually
table?
Visualizing it, and I do imagine it, and I do picture it, and I do think it's very possible. Especially because we're going to start with real chips. And, you know, it's not an excuse. I could still have, you know, if I had run even decently or not horribly, I'd still be in these tournaments. But when you're starting with 5,000, 10,000 chips, you're one or two hands away from busting at any one time. You get one bad beat and you're out.
Yeah.
In the main event, you can get a bad beat and fade it, you know, a few times. So it makes it, you know, I like to play large events with big buy-ins with a lot of chips.
So what would it be? What would the experience be like?
What would the
what would the experience be like for you now, as opposed to back then, with all the changes in the November 9 and everything else? You know, because you know you have the experience there, but you know it's a little bit different now than it was when you won. What would be some of the things that you would expect, you know, that you might do differently, or you know, just give us an idea of what that would be like to be in now as opposed to that, I guess.
Well, I mean, you know, the first major difference is that they started enforcing, or you know, people say they changed the rule. It's the same thing. They started enforcing this rule, which got the nickname the Gold Rule,
the Jamie Gold Rule,
which it's not officially that.
Yeah.
But it is because of me that they started enforcing it a lot more, and so I do understand that, and it did take away, you know, I believe a big edge for me. Now, even though people now know what I'm doing, I still use it in cash games, and it still works for me. So it's great that you know, but it's still a valuable asset, and also just makes poker so much more interesting and psychological and social and what have you. And so that's a huge difference that I can't do that anymore. I can do it up to a point because I was doing it. I've been doing it a little bit here and there.
Yeah, I've seen you do it.
I do it a little
I've
bit
seen
here
you
and
do
there.
it down in Florida. I was watching.
Yeah, you know, I push it as far as I can push it without crossing the line. But it also makes it more fun. And even the people I'm playing against and doing it to, they say, you know what? That did make everything a lot more interesting and a lot more fun.
Right.
And a much bigger challenge. So that's the first and biggest thing that's different, right? I would say besides that,
See, I think one thing would be fun for you is handling the hype.
the what?
Handling the hype of a former world champion, going through the November 9 process and getting ready for that. And I mean, that would be interesting.
But we're talking about just how it feels to come back.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about what I'm going to do when I'm in the November 9. I don't picture it like that. I visualize winning.
Yeah.
But I don't start making plans about how I'm going to handle. But it is true.
I'd love to see it.
I could probably handle it better than most people. Yeah.
Because I think you having the past experience plus the experience of your life where you've done promotion and people would be seeing your face a lot. I'm sure. I know you'd promote it well. So
yeah. We would handle it well, and it would be good for poker, and it would be good. But there hasn't really been. And no offense to the people who've won it, but they knew going in, there wasn't, they started the November 9 right after me. And there hasn't been a November 9 that's been exciting enough before the end of it that the world would care about.
Yeah.
Other than poker players. And even all poker players weren't necessarily that excited about them, right? So, now we've got some great champions, but it's not that that anybody was so unbelievably excited about that field when it was created, right? The 9 that they had since. And so, I would love to, if it's not me, I'd love to see, any group of really interesting players.
Yeah.
Because there just hasn't been a great group. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that you're not allowed to speak. And so, I guess that, so in the last 10 years, which is a very large percentage of the players who are in the fields now, right? Young people who weren't legal until the last 10 years, right? So anybody 30 and under, which is at least half of our fields, grew up not training to be able to speak that way. And they also grew up in an internet age and in a social media age. So a lot of them are not as socially comfortable as we were. Always going outside and playing every day. We used to, we were always interacting with other people, and we were allowed to be alone with other kids.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
We were forced to kind of, know how to be social, make friends, and not making friends on the internet. You know what I mean? And so
exactly,
it's not right or wrong. It's just so different so I think that they don't know how to handle social and psychological situations as well as we would necessarily. And so it also makes the lack of character, right? And so they're also they're introverted in general, and they're not the biggest personalities, and so they don't make for great television. And poker, I think what made poker on television so compelling were the characters.
Exactly. Then they're gone.
And it was never about the cards, ever. So how many times can you watch Ace King against Queens? Who cares?
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
I care about Jamie Gold and Ellie Lesber getting in a trash talking situation. That's fun. That's fun.
And whether you like the players or not, you like them or not, Phil Hellmuth is interesting on television.
Yeah.
Right? And so you want these characters on television, and television also drives poker, and it all reciprocally helps each other. And so I am when I'm working with a new company, it's a celebrity-owned public company called World Poker Fund. And we have these great plans, which they're raising money for now, to create the best poker shows on television.
There you go.
In a completely different way than anybody's ever seen. We have the biggest celebrities ready to do it. I'm going to produce it, so we know it's going to be great. No.
Yeah.
But we know it'll be quality. I'm going to oversee it and make sure that it is. And obviously, I have access to all the greatest poker players, so I think it's going to be amazing. And we're going to involve the public. And we have, Justin Bieber and Soulja Boy and Floyd Mayweather, and as all as investors in the company.
Oh, great.
We just signed Tracy McGrady, who's one of my favorite basketball players of all time, one of the greatest. And we're going to have a long list of really interesting ambassadors and, people who are with us, so that not only are we just launched a social gaming platform called Celebrity World, which is really fun and it's doing great. We find that people stay on social gaming sites about 3 times longer than they do on a regular poker site, because there's just so much more to do and interact and what have you. And so there's a Jamie Gold poker room in each one of these, in every one of the celebrities' personal sites. And so that's what we're focusing on now with World Poker Fund, but it's actually a publicly traded company, so people are allowed to invest in us on the stock market, and the pink sheets. But the plan is to bring it to the NASDAQ, and I'm very confident that that's going to happen. Our market cap's only $52 million right now, but give us a year, and the way things are going, I think we're really onto something.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and they're going to get heavily involved in poker. They're going to be advertising in magazines and on radio shows like yours, and same thing as Ojai Energetics. They're advertising now in here, and Celebrity World also, and so I believe that the more sponsors that are involved in the poker and gaming world, the better for everybody.
Absolutely.
Right? That it's not just about how much money you're making on your show with sponsors. It's about the support that the world at large has for poker and the way that it should really be. And so I think things are on the rise. I know they are, actually. There's actually more people playing poker now than there ever were.
Yep.
But people think poker is going down consistently every year. It's not. Not at all. It's just not as exciting on television.
Exactly.
And that's the difference.
It gets
and
very
that's,
dull.
Yes.
It gets very dull.
Poker has gotten dull in public and media, but poker as a business and poker at large is actually doing great. And all tournaments in general are up, right? All, casinos are making, more profits. There's more people playing. There's more money in the poker world. It's just that the mainstream businesses and brands haven't necessarily understood how to use it yet, and they don't get that poker players have access to. If I do something at the main event at the World Series of Poker, over time, 90 million people will see that, but they don't measure it that way. They just say like, well, how many Twitter fans do you have?
Yeah.
It's not about that. It's how many engaged fans do I have, and it's about that I have 1,500 celebrities that will retweet for me, and that my tweets get out to 10 to 50 million people. That's what matters. It's not how many specific people are following me on Twitter. It's not about that. I haven't been on that much, but when I want to get on, I can actually get the word out.
Yeah.
And that's with most poker players who are famous. And I was up to 165,000 followers, and I guess that was good, and then it got hacked because, just like somebody stole my name, they're on WSOP.com using the name Jamie Gold.
Oh, geez.
So I had to get real Jamie Gold, and I had to get one of those blue check marks. So I'm now an official celebrity or whatever it is, official public person.
Yeah.
That nobody could steal my name.
Right.
And I'm, on the way to 10,000 followers, whatever. But I have 1,500 celebrities following me. So it's a very powerful, engagement. And so I don't think that mainstream brands really understand the value and the power that poker players. They're still thinking of poker players as like backroom kind of like cowboys, and it's not like that anymore.
Yeah.
The nerds are running the world, right?
Yes, they are.
And so and all poker players have a little nerd in them, right? I have a little bit of nerd in me, and so. Even though you and I can be some of the more fun people to go out and have a beer with, we still have a little bit of nerd in us because we're poker players, and that's, we're mathematical usually, and very analytical and logical, and and gamers, and usually more into science than most people, and so it's. I believe that if you want to reach that demo, which is a very valuable one now, brands should be getting much more involved in poker than they are, and I think that I'm going to be a great conduit to that, because I now in the last month, I've actually inspired about 6 new brands to come into the poker world in a pretty big way.
Yeah.
Meaning spending millions of dollars over time, but making a real investment in the poker world, at least through me. But then I'm advising them where else to go, and where the best value is for their poker dollar. And then I believe that it's just going to spread.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, I don't think we're far away. I think we're maybe a year or two away from Mercedes and all the major brands.
See, I almost feel like we're at a point where, like, if you take a pencil and you're pushing it into a piece of saran wrap, and you just keep pushing before you pop it through. It's right there, and we just can't.
Right, but before it pops, it seems like you're not even close.
Yeah.
And so, or it seems like it's not going through to the people on the other side.
Yeah.
But it absolutely is, and it's really just a matter of time.
Yeah.
One little thing will happen, like something like Global Poker League will take off, or if Black Friday hadn't happened, poker would be.
Oh God.
Poker would be bigger than most sports.
Absolutely.
And it already competes. It's already bigger than half the sports, and so it's just not as big as maybe the top 2 or 3, but it's right up there as far as, engage. Put it this way, 20 million people in America play golf. Everyone thinks golf is, at this top level, and the sponsors and all that. It's a prestige thing, but 60 million people in America are playing poker. Mm-hmm. So 3 times as many people are into poker as they are into golf. And they're just as into it as anybody who plays golf, maybe even more.
Yeah.
Because you can pretty much play poker every day. People are not playing golf every day, in general. The
Jamie Gold soapbox, everybody.
Well,
But you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Well, Jamie, I got to tell you, I got to get a commercial break in here, but I want to thank you for stopping over and talking. And
sure.
And
this won't be the last time this series.
No, of course not. And do you feel better now? Do you feel like you got it out a little bit?
I do.
Okay, I mean, that's what we do here.
The minute that you bust out of a tournament, almost any time is a very depressing, tough moment, right? Yeah. And you got me the minute I just busted out.
That's what I do.
I wasn't in that bad of a space because of my CBD. Seriously, it is. I know I keep plugging the product, but it really is. And so, I'm glad that at least half my time we got to talk about U-Steak, which I know, you're involved with and I'm involved with and we all love. And
they make my heart go pitter-patter.
Yeah, I mean, it's to me, it's not even just about all the great things that they're doing and how successful they are and how trustworthy they are and what a great team we have and all of that. It's the fact that the poker world deserves, as does the esports world deserve, a company like this.
Yeah.
And everyone's had this idea forever. It's not an original idea. It's not like we're such geniuses that we came up with this incredibly original idea. No, everyone has thought about this. People have tried to do it before. We're just the first ones that ever did it right. And did it properly and brought in the right partners and the right people and have the best team and so it's that's what it's all about, and the poker world deserves it. And it's been a dream of mine that any and all poker players that ever want to be staked, that have the ability to be winning poker players, should have that opportunity.
Yep.
And when
and
people
it's great. It's great for the fans too.
Look, people from 134 different countries are using our site right now.
Yeah.
That's really impressive and exciting. And so, 134 different countries. I mean, think about people in Iceland that will never make it to the World Series of Poker, but want to sweat, their favorite poker players, even if it's not for a profit. They just want to do it to say that they're someone's partner.
Right.
That hey, I'm Phil Ivey's partner. I don't care if I win money or not. The fact that I'm going to get private text from him, it's an amazing fantasy experience. Except when you play fantasy sports, you're betting against the world's best fantasy sports players. When you invest in YouStake, you're investing in the best players. So I'd rather not play against the best players. I'd rather invest in the best players.
There you go. Very good.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you for coming over, Jamie. I do appreciate it. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
My pleasure.
My God,
you know how much I love being on your show and how much I care for you, and thank God that you're here and supporting the poker community, and what you do is so vital and so important that the only time people would, I shouldn't say the only time, the time that people would understand the most the value that you have is if you weren't doing it. Then they would say, I can't believe that he's not doing this, because think about how much information that you provide people. Think about how much interesting entertainment that you provide, in addition to being a great source for poker players. There's not a lot of places for people to go. We used to have a lot of options, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There used to be a lot of magazines and media and whatever that focus just on poker. Very few right now. So the best have hung around, and you are one of the best by far.
No, well, thank you very much. It's very kind of you to say. Yeah, 5th year anniversary coming up of the show on July 5th. I'm going to get some punch and pie. You come down and have some punch and pie?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
Awesome.
And thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the kind words. I appreciate
and then
it.
have we plugged Jacob's charity?
I already did,
tomorrow?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, once again, first person to stop down here and say, hey, Mr. Poker, gets a free seat.
For real?
Yep, for real.
Hey, Mr. Poker.
Jamie,
no, I already have a free seat.
You're all good.
But for real?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, people better get down here.
Yeah, someone's going to do it. Someone's going to do it. I'll take a text too, by the way. I'll take a text. But all right. Well, I got to get this commercial break in.
Come over here. First person to come over here and call Mark Mr. Poker gets a free seat in the charity tournament tomorrow.
Mr. Poker. How you doing, Mr. Poker?
There it is.
There it is. You just got a free $300 seat.
All right, it's done.
And you get $10,000 cash for the first place, and you definitely wanted to be there.
Yeah.
Done.
It's the place to be.
All right, there you go. We just gave it away.
All right, so Scott Hansberry.
All right, just scored.
Someone we barely know.
Well, that's what you get for being a friend of Mark Hoke. That's how it goes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I do have to get this commercial again, which includes his, I believe. So I got to pay the bills here real quick.
There you go.
Jamie, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Very good. Jamie Gold, everybody. 10 years. It's been 10 years. God, I'm getting old. I feel it. All right, let's take that commercial break. Hey, we'll go back to that fan cam. Get to see all your friends, neighbors, and some of the great pros in the game walking by and saying hi. And enjoy that. We will be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show. Thanks for being with us.
The PPC Poker Tour continues an incredible 2016 as Season 4 rolls on. June features 2 great events as we hit the Isle Casino in Pompano Beach, Florida, with a $110,000 guaranteed tournament June 13th through the 16th, and a $200,000 guaranteed event at Foxwoods Resort Casino in Connecticut, June 24th through the 26th. And July features the PPC North America Championship at Tampa Bay Down, July 14th through the 24th, with a $100,000 guaranteed main event, plus other great stops at Naples, Fort Myers, Florida, and Ho Chunk in Wisconsin. And of course, all roads lead to the PPC Aruba World Championship in November. For more information, go to ppcpokertour.com, ppcpokertour.com, and get in on the action. We are the Players Poker Championship Poker Tour. Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go? You can't walk around the World Series of Poker without seeing someone wearing 3-Bet clothing. It's super comfortable and stylish, and their stuff looks amazing. The incredible team of pros who wear 3-Bet hats, hoodies, tees, and more are a who's who in poker. All-time greats like Phil Hellmuth, Jonathan Little, Doc Sands, Brian Rast, Jason Kuhn, Scott Clemens, Ben Tollerane, Jeff Gross, and of course Antonio Esfandiari are all proudly wearing the 3-Bet brand. They wear 3-Bet clothing because they know that being comfortable and feeling confident is crucial to winning on and off the table. 3Bet.com has shipped thousands of orders worldwide, and with new lower prices, it's time for you to join the 3Bet team, just like the pros, and receive 10% off with the promo code RADIO. Make that right call and feel like a pro at 3Bet.com. Need to get the extra edge in your poker game but can't find the answers? Action Junkie Poker is your solution. The junkies will train you to take your poker game to levels you never thought possible. Action Junkie Poker works together with you every day with one goal in mind: to help you win. Their unique Iron Sharpens Iron training method features 24/7 support, live on-site and group training, over 300 hours of coaching content, group chat, and a true family atmosphere, making sure you can't go wrong with Action Junkie Poker. Plus, they even have the gear to help you look the part as well. For more information on Action Junkie Poker, call 702-859-7676, 702-859-7676, and visit ActionJunkiePoker.com right now. We coach, we sell gear, we create game killers. Action Junkie Poker.
I know what you're thinking. Why would I need a voiceover production company? Does your company need a commercial for radio or television? Are you looking to do an audiobook or web presentation? Then you need a voiceover production company. Black Eagle Sound Design is home to some of the finest voice actors, producers, and engineers in the business. Log on now to besd.us and find out more. Black Eagle Sound Design will be there with you and your project every step of the way. On time, on target, and at a price you can afford. Visit us at besd.us.
Looking for an energy drink that can amp you up and get your body performing at its max capacity? The search is over. Stark Energy is here. This proprietary blend, including turmeric and glucosamine, is packed with inflammation fighters, and its unique formula will help you maximize your workouts and daily activities. Stark Energy's all-in-one blend will continue to provide energy while supplying a recovery element to a post-workout regime. It's all natural with 0 carbs and only 5 calories. Uses all natural stevia sweetener and has less caffeine than a cup of coffee. So what are you waiting for? Visit StarkNoLimits.com/Mark Hoke Show right now. Try one today. Energize and punish the pain with Stark Energy.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
Now, let's return to The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
I swear to God, Jamie Gold, for me, he's a wind it up. I call him wind 'em up interviews. Man, you just say one thing and boom, and you're done. You're all good. But I got to tell you, I know Jamie gets a bad rap from some people, but he has been, and it's, I guess, we're starting to get to that point where I can begin to reflect on 5 years of the show. Our anniversary coming up on July 5th, and Jamie has been one of the nicest guys to me. He has treated me so well and has been such a great help in promoting the Mark Hoke Show, and really do appreciate it. And hope you guys enjoyed that interview. It's a lot of fun. Man, he's pumped. He's pumped. What a kind of a real sense of responsibility there to the people that are backing him on the show. That or on U-Stake. That's pretty impressive. So, best of luck to Jamie Gold, and we'll see if he ends up maybe a 10-year anniversary party at the final table of the World Series of Poker main event. All right, let's check out here. Well, things have kind of settled down in the hallways. It was kind of crazy out here, though. We got between people watching the show and people watching the chess. Man, nuts. Absolutely nuts. Let's go back to some updates here, see what we got. They are, let's see, I'm trying to get to a tournament that is active. That will help. Event number 21, $3,000 six-handed no-limit hold'em, and Martin Kozlov still leading the way in that. Actually, I believe that one's just getting ready to get underway. Just saw Will Gibbons walking by a little bit, so hopefully he's still alive, but sometimes that doesn't bode well. Event number 22, $1,500 limit hold'em tournament. Danny Lee is in front. We've lost a few players. Esmeralda Villafuerte is out in 9th. Alan Bidikofer out in 10th. Mark Gregorich out in 11th. Daniel Adema gone in 12th. So they are down to 8 in that with Danny Lee in pretty good shape. And, it's always, it's never easy making a comeback in limit hold'em. And Lee is now at 1.5 million chips. Dale Eberly in second at 920. So pretty good spot for Danny Lee at this point. He has never won a World Series poker bracelet, has 2 cashes. He is out of Westminster, California. Highest finish in a WSOP tournament was 7th back in 2013. So we'll see if Danny Lee ends up picking up a World Series of Poker bracelet here today. Event number 23 is still a lot of players left in that one, 130 to go in the $2,000 no limit hold'em event. Jake Labonte listed as your leader at 305 Spinel in second. And then everything else just kind of getting underway today. Even though the horse down to 44, Daniel Lai is now out in front. He is at 405,000. And Alai, of course, trying to make history here. Could be his 6th World Series of Poker bracelet if he can bring this one home. That'd be all right. Jeremy, you'd like 6. Yeah, it'll happen. 6 would be awesome. But so Daniel Lai is sitting there in pretty good shape right now, as he is at 405,000 with Bryn Kenny. And are you kidding me? Jason Mercier is now listed in 3rd place in that tournament. Oh my God! Could we see Mercier on another final table? He wants that 1.8 million. He wants it bad. That is impressive. So we'll see. There could be some more drama surrounding the $10,000 horse championship. And Mercier's is playing incredible right now. So we'll see what happens. But 44 players left in that one, and he is in contention. Boy, oh boy. And one thing we didn't get to take a look at here before we get off the air is the WSOP, I should say, the 2016 GPI WSOP Player of the Year standings. And we've got a bracelet winner on top of the standings finally. That's pretty good. Even though I didn't want to click on that. Ryan LaPlante has taken over the Player of the Year lead at the moment. Of course, he won his first World Series of Poker bracelet in event number 12, the 565 Pot Limit Omaha. He now has 7 cashes. Most recent one here would be event number 22. That was $1,500 limit hold'em tournament. He finished 21st, which has helped boost him now into the lead. He's at 839.28 points, and he is leading the Belgian Bart Lebert, who is at 774 points. Lebert is, let's see what his top finish was. Of course, he had a runner-up finish in the No Limit Hold'em Top-Up Turbo, and also another final table in the 8-game mix. So he's got 2 final tables, but no bracelets, but he stands in second right now. And Jason Mercier has now soared up to 3rd. Only 3 cashes, but a win, a second, and a 35th place in the 8-game mix. So Mercier in contention for Player of the Year as well at this point, and not too far back. Leybert's at 774.83. Mercier at 761.74. And Robert Mizrachi is also surged up into 4th. Dan Wyman is now in 5th. Masin Charnaya in 6th. So some pretty big names hunting for the WSOP Player of the Year this year. And, of course, remember, the last year's winner, Mike Gorodinsky, was around 2,200 points. So just to kind of give you an idea of where they're at, LaPlante is at 839, so still a long way to go in the Player of the Year race. Ugh. And a couple things, well, we got to take care of some bookkeeping here before we get off the air. Want to mention all of our great sponsors. Real fast, of course, you heard about You Steak. That horse has been beaten for the show, so we're okay there. Brickus Breaks, 5% off, or $5 off your first break with Josh Brickus. Go to joshbrickus.com and have your chance to win some great sports memorabilia and cards. Just use that code WSOP, $5 off. Share My Pair, download that app today. Make those hand videos. Like, when Mr. Costa here wins a World Series poker bracelet, he'll make a little video of his hand with Share My Pair. That's how you do it. So just download the app today. The Poker Academy, of course, Rhett Porter won his 3rd World Series of Poker bracelet, and you can get in on the action with him as well. Just learn from one of the best, Rhett Porter, at thepokeracademy.com/Mark. Good friends at Arctic Blue Cooling Towels, 50% off with the code Mark Hoke Show. It is going to be 115 degrees out here in Vegas, and I believe my towels are going to be on the way soon. Oh, I forgot to call that guy back. But it should be here next week. So go to arcticblu.com. Just wet that thing down in cold water. Stays cool up to 5 hours. All sorts of uses. Check it out there with Mark Hoke Show, 50% off. That's just an unbelievable deal. JimFeist.com. Hey, you get free plays sent right to your phone. Text the word game to 25827. That's the word game to 25827. And let a guy who's been doing this for 46 years help you beat the books. Our good friends at 3Bet, we got the promotional shirts here. We're going to start giving those out here pretty shortly. 10% off with the code radio with 3Bet clothing. Just go to 3bet.us. The PPC Poker Tour, they got that big event going on the aisle right now. And, of course, we're going to be at Foxwoods next week. Plus, of course, the PPC North America Championship at Tampa Bay Downs, July 14th through the 24th. Go to PPC Poker Tour for all the information. Win your way to Aruba, because that's where you want to be in November. That's not bad. BlueRail.net, our website provider. Check them out today at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go? Action Junkie Poker. Now we got a little camera bump there. That's all right. I'm still looking cool. Action Junkie Poker. Some great guys teaching you poker right here in Las Vegas, and, of course, can do it anywhere. So check it out today at actionjunkiepoker.com and say hi to them. Our good friends at Nate Dallin. Hey, Nate, can you adjust the camera real quick before you sit down?
Adjust it?
Yeah, Jeremy bumped it, but that's okay. We'll forgive him for a camera bump. You bumped my camera. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, just turn it that way a little bit. There you go. Keep going. Almost there. There we go. Awesome. Thanks. Nate Dowland is here. Yeah, we're good. Nate Dowland, well, close enough. It yanked back. That's all right. Black Eagle Sound Design. You hear all the great commercials that are done with us. And, of course, John Lindquist and his team are in on that. I'll slide over a little bit because we're still a hair off, but that's okay. But go to blackeaglesounddesign.us or BESD.us. And, if you need any voiceover work, any type of presentation, whatever, audiobooks, check them out. Black Eagle Sound Design. And, let's see, Conler & Associates. We got the booth over there. They're saying hi to everybody. You have tax problems or just, want somebody competent to do your taxes.
Or if you haven't done your taxes for a few years, he's the guy to talk to.
Yeah, go to pokercpa.com and let Ray and the team take care of you. And, of course, our good friends at Stark Energy Drink. People are digging this Stark Energy Drink. They are really liking it because, it's got less caffeine than a cup of coffee. Inflammation fighters in there. To help you for post-workout or, when you've been sitting around here all day. Slam down a can of that stuff. You're going to be happy. Turmeric, glucosamine, all sorts of great stuff in it. And you can be a franchisee, too. Just go to starknolimits.com/Mark Hoke Show and be a part of the Stark No Limits team.
Yeah. That was a lot to say, Mark. A whole lot to say.
People dig the Mark Hoke Show. What can I say?
Do.
Wow. Nate Dallin here, of course, co-host of the Mark Hoke Show. Co-host extraordinaire. Nate, you're up in the Blue Shark Optics booth. What's going on, man?
It is just packed in here.
Yeah, it got better.
Yeah, well, it's going to get better and better. It's Geritol Day tomorrow, so make sure you stock up on your Geritol for for tomorrow's senior.
God, you know, I didn't make any of the Geritol jokes or Metamucil or anything like that. You just walk right in. Screw it. Let's insult the seniors.
Well, Chris Ferguson there. I wonder if he's going to play the seniors event.
Is he eligible?
Yeah, he's got to be eligible.
Are you sure about that?
Let's find out.
Okay, I'm gonna look. I gotta look
He's
that one
gotta
up.
be.
Cover me here for a second. See, now I'm not used to having here. So
Absolutely has to be 50. If Chris Ferguson is in at least 50, gosh.
He is 53 years old. He is
50,
eligible.
He is eligible to play, so that's
It would be his first seniors tournament.
And you know what? There's probably not one single full tilt victim in the field.
Well, I don't know about that. Could you imagine if he won the seniors tournament?
Oh, that would be fantastic. It would be fantastic for him because everybody loves a winner. And if Chris can get back into the winning swing and get a couple bracelets this year, he really could come back out pretty shiny, in my opinion.
That would be some quality entertainment, to say the least. Oh, my goodness, boy, Nate, you are just such the agitator. You really are.
Yeah, he needs to get a cease and desist for all of his pictures with the Full Tilt logo on, and
that would be nice.
That would be.
Yeah,
It
let's
would.
get
And
those Full Tilts out of there, please.
Get rid of all memory of the bad, and try to just do good with the good, and hopefully he can get his reputation back at least partially put together. Because at this point, I don't think there's many people that trust him.
Yeah, of course, Ferguson's sitting on 5 World Series of Poker bracelets. And God forbid, if the whole thing with Full Tilt hadn't happened, he might be sitting at 7 or 8
he went
right
5
now.
years without trying.
Yep. So that'll be interesting. Of course, former world champion.
The chess game goes wild.
This chess game over here. Vincent has been just schooling people over here all day long. That has been something else. Wow, that's a good show, but I don't want to. I mean, you're here, so I hate to wrap up.
I know you. I hate to just jump out, but it's time to go. We've got World Series of Poker stuff to do. So we'll tell them about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't forget, everybody, we've got that great charity event going on tomorrow. The Raising the Stakes for CP, benefiting the One Step Closer Foundation. Of course, Jacob Zaleski, came on the show, and Bernard Lee helping out with that too. All those great celebrities. It's going to be an awesome time. Planet Hollywood, 12:30. Show up at the mezzanine level. $10,000 guarantee. First prize.
Now, yesterday we discussed Beth Shack marrying
Fox
News consultant.
I didn't mention that today.
And they did get married on the 9th of this month. And the reason why is because Beth said he would not forget the date 6/9.
Rick Leventhal's a funny guy.
Yes, he is.
He's very focused and looks very mean and tough from doing all the weather and the combat stuff. And I mean, he's one of the best journalists out there. And that's going to be fun.
From Dan Shack to Rick Leventhal.
Oh, that's a good jump.
Yeah, big jump. Rick, I surely hope you have room in your home for shoes. $1 million worth of shoes is a lot of storage space.
She's got a lot of shoes.
She deserves them, though. Yeah. We have seen her in the halls. Have you?
No, I didn't see Beth.
Oh, I've seen her a couple different times so far this year.
All right.
But always fun to watch.
Well, I'll have to text her.
Yeah.
Say hi.
Oh, you got her number?
Yeah.
And you let Rick Leventhal get in on that? Come on now.
Hey. Hey now. It is Rick Leventhal. I couldn't afford to keep up with Best Shoe Habit.
Well, that's the great thing about marrying a woman with $1 million worth of shoes. She's already got money.
No, yeah, well.
All right.
Yeah, but you got to do you got to treat her right. She's used to a certain lifestyle. Not that I couldn't, because I'm a pretty sweet guy.
It would keep her happy watching you walk around in her high heels all day.
Hey, you know what? If she was paying me, I'd do what I got to do. Oh my God! Yeah. So, what a fun show we got to have today. Jamie Gold here for quite a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got about 40 minutes out of Jamie Gold.
Jamie wants to rename the World Series of Poker the World Series of Jamie Gold.
The what? Really?
Why not?
Oh. Well, let's. Actually, you know what? Josh Brickus is available. I'll tell you what. Here, give me 1 second here. Nate, cover me for a moment.
All right. I'm going to cover you for a moment. There goes all the beautiful ladies walking down the hall. Oh, my. If you come out to the World Series of Poker and you do happen to bring your significant other, make sure to stop by the Blue Shark Optics booth and throw on some glasses so that you can take a look at all of the wonderful women walking up and down the halls here at the World Series, or men, if that's what you choose. But then as long as you're wearing the blue sharks, they can't see your eyes.
Yeah. See, that doesn't work for me. I got these baby blues, man. I'm not hiding these. You freaking kidding me?
Well, if your significant other's here and you want to check them out,
it's
a good way to hide them.
Like third best asset?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whee!
He's got big fingers.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, well, okay. I'll tell you. Hey, Josh Brickus wants to come on. All right. Well, okay. Well, let me see if we can get him on here real quick. We can keep it going. We can keep going.
Yeah. You got to get another headset over here, buddy.
I have one.
Well, thanks for handing it over.
Well, do you want to give me a second there, Spanky McDoodleson, and I'll get
Spanky McDoodleson.
Sure.
All right.
Sure. So cover me here while I take care of business.
Well, while Mark's untying his headset, I do want to remind everybody, you too can have a part of the World Series of Poker action by staking either me or Mark Hoke at ustake.com.
We did so much Ustake with Jamie. Oh God.
Well, let's.
I mean, I love Ustake, but we got to talk about other things other than Ustake.
Well, okay, let's talk about me getting staked with Ustake. I'm Nathan Dowland. I final tabled the Heartland Poker Tour back in 2006. I've won several different things, including my way into the World Series of Poker main event. Didn't cost me a penny.
You cheated, though.
I wish. If I'd have cheated, I'd have cashed. I didn't even cash in the main event.
There, give that a shot.
All right, now maybe I can hear.
Yeah, just make sure we're good.
Mr. Brickus on.
Yeah, we're gonna get Josh Brickus on here. We were planning on getting him on here anyway, so might as well. What the heck? Live a little. Hopefully, the new Skype number I just gave him is correct.
Hopefully,
I had to redo the Skype number.
If not, we can always play some Skype roulette. Randomly call all the people in your Skype.
Yeah. Well,
we'll start with the females first.
Stop it. Stop it. Nate Dowland. Oh, I can tell you've been in the hallway too long already.
Let's. If we can't get a hold of him, let's go with Laura Kling. You got Laura Kling's. I haven't seen her yet this year. I miss her.
Many I don't have. I'm pretty sure I have Lauren's phone number.
I have not seen her yet. Lauren, if you're listening, come see me.
Oh my God. All right, so we're gonna try and get Josh Brickus on here real quick. Just gave him the number, waiting for him to call.
If you are in the Rio, you can bring some cocktails down to the corner.
I would be eligible to drink at this point. All right, there he is. Let's get Josh Brickus on the show here. Hopefully, my Skype messed it up last time. We should be all right now. Josh Brickus from Brickus Breaks on the show, on his show.
Come on. We know all your fans want to hear Josh Brickus, not Lauren Kling.
Really? I don't know about that.
No, I mean, she's not actually on the screen, so.
Yeah, it's all good. Well, Josh, how are you doing, buddy? What's going on?
I'm all right, man. How are you?
Doing well. We're having a crazy show today here at the World Series, and we miss you.
Yeah, it's kind of different not being out there, I'll tell you. I mean, after 6 years in a row since 2009, to not be there is it's different. I wish I was there. I don't miss all of it, but I do miss some of it. Seeing all these updates and final tables, and so.
You're missing the Delta girls, sir. That's
for
sure.
The Delta day trading girls.
They're absolutely amazing. All-American Dave's ladies running around here, running 20 miles a day.
God.
Oh, man. You know what I should have did was get a booth right next to you, set up and do my live breaks there the whole summer.
Well, we'll get out here. You can do them here anyway. That's what
I know. I should. Just do them right at your table, huh?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be great.
Why not?
I don't know. I still, to be honest, the main reason I'm not coming is my son, but also my sister is somehow randomly due for her first child on day one of the main event.
Oh,
so, yeah. I don't know how that happened, but so I don't really feel comfortable being out there during her last month of pregnancy, and if she goes to the hospital and all that. So I may, if she goes early, I may try to shoot out there for the main, but I haven't booked anything yet. So.
Well, why don't you just have her induce labor, and then they don't have that problem?
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of waiting as it gets closer. I'm going to go to sneak a last-minute trip out there. But
if she enters the ladies event and goes into labor, can he play?
What's that?
That's what they did down in Florida, right?
What?
That lady went into labor. They allowed her husband to take over for her.
That was in Australia.
Oh, was it in
Close.
Australia?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Bring her out. Let her play.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I got some family stuff going on, and just kind of focusing on the business now, which you're doing a good job of marketing for me out there a little bit. I meant to send you out some T-shirts and business cards and stuff, but I just haven't done it yet. So I'll have to get your address and shoot you some materials out there.
Okay.
We still got over 4 weeks left down here.
Yeah. Should be on your invoice too, by the way. But I'll send it to you. Well, Josh. Of course, we miss you here at the World Series of the Poker, and I don't want to turn this too commercially as Jamie Gold was made that his interview about half of it a commercial. But a lot of people are asking me about when they see Brickus Breaks, they're like, "What the heck is that?" So I'm explaining as best I can. But tell everybody what this is all about.
Yeah, absolutely. And you kind of understand a little bit, but you could always refer them to Facebook. I have like a short description that's usually pinned or posted up there, and then there is a video on YouTube. I try to explain it in general terms or something that doesn't take an hour to make somebody understand. But I try to quickly give somebody a general idea what it is. It's funny because it's probably the main reason I got into it is it's very similar to poker and the gambling aspect of it. There's a sweat. You're kind of, taking shots like tournaments and stuff, and you can get some value out of it, or you might lose. So it's pretty fun. But basically, it's within the sports card, baseball card, football, hockey, all these different cards and memorabilia. So jerseys and speaking of which, if anybody is listening right now, or even you guys want to pull up a side thing and mute it or something, breakers.tv. That's BREAKERS, breakers.tv/Brickus Breaks. I'm actually on the live stream right now.
Wow.
And I was telling Mark, the call would be kind of cool to try to do that, but I ended up muting my channel here because I can I don't know if they can hear me or whatever. I don't know if they're listening, so I muted it, but so I'm not able to listen to your thing. But yeah, so it's basically a way for people to get involved in the hobby and kind of enjoy the action, the live action. Like we fill a break basically by selling spots at a set price, whether it's a team or a random, and then we open the product once we fill all those teams. For instance, if I had a case of baseball cards and I sold all 30 teams in Major League Baseball, somebody buys the Pirates, somebody buys the Phillies, somebody buys the Mariners. Once all those teams are sold, we open the product live on the live stream, and if you're not there, that's fine. We upload it to YouTube right after, and any cards that come from those teams get shipped out to you that week. So you get to get involved in a whole case or half case or whatever the break may be for a fraction of the cost. If you buy the Pirates for $40, you have the chance to hit, autograph cards and jersey cards and stuff like that. So it's different than anybody that hasn't been in the card business for a while that maybe in it when they were younger, like yourself. It's changed a lot. There's a lot of autograph cards and serial numbered cards and fun different things in the hobby now that were different when we were growing up. So
yeah, there you go.
It's fun.
Yeah, and of course you're having fun right now out there in Pittsburgh too, because it just pains me to say this as a Flyers fan, but of course the Penguins won the cup.
We won the cup. We won the cup. Yep, I was at the parade yesterday with my 4-year-old son. It was an absolute blast. 400,000 people downtown, and we were pretty close. Got to see the cup and all the players come down to the parade, and pretty fortunate here in Pittsburgh, Mark. 4 Stanley Cups in my lifetime. That's pretty ridiculous.
I have 2 Stanley Cups in my lifetime. I was just in diapers or preschool.
I'm a Red Wings fan, so I don't have to explain.
Yeah. Yeah, we got you.
No doubt.
We got your octopus right
here. It's a pretty awesome feeling. People were wondering if we were ever going to do it again after 2009, the run we had with Crosby and Malkin and Fleury, and then we went a bunch of years without going back. And now that we finally did it, it's pretty awesome. I was actually last time we won the cup, I was at Palazzo at the Legacy Stadium watching. So that was my first year actually out at the WSOP. So pretty cool.
Yeah, there you go. And well, and I'm curious, Josh. I'm sure you've been keeping an eye on things too, and I've been asking everybody this question, so I'm going to be fair and give it to you too. What are your thoughts about Chris Ferguson and Howard Lederer showing up here at the World Series this year?
Oh man, I don't know. I guess mixed emotions, kind of. I think a couple people that have talked about it, and I noticed a little bit. I haven't paid full attention to everything, but we don't really know exactly what their roles were and what they knew, and if they did it on purpose and all this stuff. I think people are more taken back by the fact that Ferguson would just kind of blow off the media and act like nothing's going on, and he's sitting there like nobody's going to bother him. He was just going to come there and not be questioned and stuff. And after all of our money was tied up, and truthfully, the only reason we got the money back was because PokerStars bailed them out. Otherwise, they didn't really have a plan, And who's to blame for that? I don't think we fully know everything. I think we know where Abitar was, but as far as the rest of the guys, I don't know. I mean, for a while I thought Ivy was even, one of those guys, but then I was part of Team Ivy and I was hanging out with him. I didn't have any animosity towards him. I mean, he didn't like sit there and say, we're going to take these guys' money and do this and that with it. So it's hard to believe that Ferguson or Lederer, did that. Did they mismanage the money? Did they make bad business decisions? Obviously. But did they sit there and try to screw us over? I'm not so sure that's true. But they also didn't really get punished or anything, and I think people were just upset at the fact that they just, disappeared for a couple of years and come back like nothing happened. I think that's probably what most people are upset about.
Yeah, it's been interesting around here.
I still don't understand how the United States government did it. How do they indict a company or two companies, and then one company ends up, I don't know exactly how they ended up walking away from Full Tilt Poker. Then the government packages it up, sells it to the other indicted company, allows them to repackage it and sell it for $4 billion, still while being indicted and not facing the consequences. Like PokerStars did.
Welcome to the world of legal settlements.
I just don't understand it.
The U.S. government got a good chunk of money on that one.
But everybody's saying it's Chris Ferguson and Howard Lederer's fault. They're not looking at the government situation of taking a company from a private owner, which was not even a U.S.-based company, packaging it and selling it to a competitor who was also indicted for the same wrongdoing, and allowing that to happen. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
You're right. It doesn't, and that's what you get when that kind of money's involved, and you don't know all the details. I mean, we're never going to know exactly what happened behind closed doors. Somebody dropped off a duffel bag full of money, and here, this is what happened. You know, so now PokerStars back in the States, and it's like nothing really happened. I mean, obviously a ton happened, and for us, I mean, it just flipped everything upside down. But as far as they're concerned, I mean,
it absolutely ruined an industry.
You know.
Yep. We had to reshape the poker industry from Black Friday forward, and we're still not done reshaping it. So we have to get back. We have to get the players back in action, and a lot of players are really timid about jumping online and trying to play even the legal online regulated sites in New Jersey.
Well,
Delaware,
I mean,
and
for me,
Nevada.
and I think I speak for like probably a good chunk of the majority of you know, us former regs or current regs or new blood or whatever. But for me. It just won't ever be the same, and you get comfortable with monster prize pools and guaranteed tournaments and huge stuff, and playing all across the thing and playing legally, and you get comfortable with software and all this stuff, and withdrawals and deposits, and it was a comfort thing with PokerStars and even somewhat Full Tilt. I mean, for me, it was mostly Stars, but those two sites had everybody just feeling good about it, and after that. It was like, you could play on this site, you could play on Bodog, you could play on America's Card Room, you can do this. It didn't feel right. It felt like at any moment it could get shut down and it was going to be fake, and your money could be in there and locked up the next day. It didn't feel real to me. And then the legal sites you're referring to, for me at least, this was small stuff. So I mean, some of the grinders might like it. They play small stuff because it's legal. They can sit there in Jersey or Vegas and play. For a little bit here and there, but it's just not the same. You're not playing everybody, and there's all these rules and stipulations and stuff, and it just doesn't even intrigue me anymore. I mean, if PokerStars started tomorrow, back how it was prior to Black Friday, I would be back playing. But other than that, I go to Vegas and AC. I don't even really play unless there's like a I don't know, major tournament. Like I played some of the bracelet events last year and stuff like that on WSOP.com in Vegas, but I don't know, it's just a different feel ever since that day, you know.
Yep, that is for sure. And of course, we've got Josh Brickus on the line from Brickus Breaks. Of course, Josh has had a pretty darn successful live career along with his online. Live earnings, $1,584,725. Plus, I heard he won a couple T-shirts. You know, of course, top finish here at the World Series, second in 2009, where he finished second in the $5,000 no limit hold'em 6-hand event. Scored $619,000 in that one.
Bink.
That's fun.
I get asked about that one a lot, and it feels like freaking decades ago because people always ask me, "What's your biggest, score ever?" and "How many times you're on TV?" and this and that. It feels like I'm so distant from all that stuff anymore because it's been years really since I felt like a full-time grinder, and kind of depressing sometimes when people ask you that stuff that it feels like a decade ago. But yeah, it was good for a while. I did get online and live, but it's a grind. It's tough. It's changed a lot, and I don't have a whole lot of desire to play. I mean, I had a kid 4 years ago. He just turned 4, and all that stuff is so far in the past. I just really see myself playing a little bit here and there, some tournaments, some cash here in Pittsburgh, some main events here and there. But I don't miss the whole, losing for, going on a trip for 2 weeks, losing, coming home, being miserable, going on the next trip, losing, and then just hoping that the trip after that is a final table or a win or something. And a lot of people can still deal with that. I just kind of eventually it just grew on me. I just got sick of it. But my son is number one priority, and other factors, going on back here, just lost interest in it, I guess. But it was a fun ride, and I'll still poke around here and there. I don't think I'll ever miss the main event, other than the fact that my sisters, do. Other than that, I don't think I'll ever miss that tournament. But as far as playing for a living, there's no chance that's ever going to happen again.
We should put a package up on U-Stake for Josh, but not for poker, but to help the induced labor charges. Just put the money down for everything that's needed.
That would be on GoFundMe, I think.
Yeah,
there's a GoFundMe for everything these days.
Well, we work with U-Stake, so we'll see what we can do for you.
Yeah, I know. I do too. Yeah. I'm partnered up with those guys, and I actually just talked to them recently about. I actually tweeted and tagged you in one of them. We can kind of mention this on the air. I'm actually doing some WSOP promos through the breaks. I started with one that was outside of U-Stake, but only because he posted it. It wasn't that much. I just bought a small piece of Matt Mazzio.
Yeah, that's right.
They call him Muffins. He's an East Coast grinder, and so I was going to do some. If that one worked, I was going to be buying some pieces through U-Stake of like Greg Raymer or Brunson or some of these other guys, and giving them away as promos in my breaks on joshbrickus.com throughout some of the breaks. Random people can win pieces, and then they'll be able to sweat, the events and stuff. So I was going to buy it through U-Stake actually, and talk to Frank about that and stuff. So yeah, we're partnered up, trying to do some stuff there. I just haven't been able to. It's hard running your own business when you don't have any employees. You got to do everything yourself and think of everything yourself, come up with all these ideas, and then figure out how to make them work.
Well, Mark Hoke's looking for a job.
All right.
Oh, we're doing okay. Well, guys, of course, and if you want to get involved with Brickus Breaks, just go to brickusbreaks.com or joshbrickus.com. Excuse me.
Joshbrickus.com is the store, and the live stream is actually connected on there too. It's breakers.tv/brickusbreaks. Like I said, I'm live right now. If anybody's watching, hey, I got a big Shaq picture in front of me. If you should see this thing we pulled today. If you have your internet up, Mark, pull this site up for a second. And this thing we pulled today out of one of these products is just awesome. It's this framed Shaq picture. It has a piece of his cleats and a piece of his jersey, and it's autographed and inscripted, and it has 2 photos of him, and it's framed.
Wow.
It is pretty cool.
Very nice. And that's the kind of stuff you can win. So check it out. And of course, you can follow him on Twitter at Brickus Breaks, and we got Brickus Breaks on Facebook as well. Good stuff. Well, Josh, we miss you. We miss you terribly. We got to get you out here. And as you're going through all this memorabilia and stuff, just find a way to put on a nice Carson Wentz jersey. You will feel so much more.
I pulled a really nice Carson Wentz last week. It was a dual auto of him and Goff, actually, the number 1 and number 2 picks. It's pretty cool.
Nice. Well, trust me. Putting that jersey on, I know you like your Steelers jersey, but it will make you feel all warm, fuzzy, and cozy inside. I promise. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm just trying to help you, brother. That's what I
We
do.
can make some sort of bet, maybe. Where you have to wear a Big Ben jersey and I have to wear a Carson Wentz jersey or something.
If that game comes, done. When Carson's starting, we'll done. Book it. Book it.
Yeah. Well, you guys had Nick Foles for a little bit. You got rid of him. Bradford was the next thing. You thought you were going to get Mariota. You're pulling Vic off to us for a little while. And I don't know.
Sorry,
Carson Wentz better do it, or else Philly's going to.
Carson Wentz
Go
will
crazy.
do it. Hail the Bison. That's all I'm going to say. Hail the Bison. We're all good.
Go Blue.
Yep. Yeah, get out of here. Get that Michigan stuff out of here. All right. Well, Josh, hey, I'll let you get back to doing your show, and we're going to wrap things up here. But I want to thank you for calling in. And once again, we got that nice little code, $5 off your first break with the code WSOP. So take advantage of that and get involved.
There's breaks that are $10 and $15. You can get in for $5 or $10 with that code, and come check it out. It's fun. A lot of poker players would like it. I mean, you get to see action, and you get to have a chance at winning something and ship it to you, and you can hang it in your man cave. It's a lot of fun. Check it out.
Yeah, there you go.
Come say what's up to me, and I'll try to get out there to do something with you. If I change my schedule, I'll make sure I let you know. In the meantime, I'm going to message you and try to get your info so I can save you some shirts and stuff to give away to your people walking by the booth or something.
Sounds good. All right, Josh. Well, thank you very much for calling in. We do appreciate it, and I will speak to you soon, my friend.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you later.
All right, there you go, Josh Brickus.
See ya.
Packed show today.
Fun show.
Wow. Got Natasha Barber on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Got a little inside information.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
What was the inside information that I missed?
Just about Jason booking bets.
Oh.
Yeah, it was fun.
Well, he made more off his bracelet win than he did off the prize pool. He made more off the prop bets.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
I'm sure he did. And, of course, Kathy Stackpool from Tampa Bay Downs, got to talk to her. We'll be seeing her down on the PPC Poker Tour at Tampa Bay Downs for the PPC North America Championship, July 14th through the 24th. That's going to be a great series down there. Jamie Gold and Josh Brickus on the show, and, of course, Nate Dowell, too. Boom.
Me.
So there you go. So, guys, that is going to do it for us. Well, I'm exhausted. I mean, we just barreled through
such a long
nice 2-hour show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll have that up on YouTube. And, of course, don't forget, follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show, Facebook, The Mark Hoke Show. We have the podcast on iTunes and also on markhokeshow.podbean.com. You can put it on your phone, markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Just like, it's on here. And, I highly recommend getting your own app with your name on it because the chicks dig it. They really do.
Because the chicks dig it.
The
Not
chicks
because
dig
it's a smart idea or
No, the chicks
because
dig
people can listen to it anywhere. Just because the chicks dig it.
Yeah, it's all good. And, of course, if you want to see any of the past shows, we've got those up on Twitch TV, twitch.tv/Mark Hoke Show. Also on our YouTube channel, Mark Hoke Show. So just look us up on there, and you can view all the shows there as well. Nate, I'm done.
Yay.
I'm done.
All
We're
right.
going to wrap this up. I got a kid to go hug.
Is this where we drop the mic?
No mic dropping. Shh. All right, guys. We will see you tomorrow. We're going to try and jam a show in. I got a very packed afternoon schedule, but we're going to get an hour in, I think, tomorrow. And once again, don't forget, hopefully we'll see you over at Raising the Stakes for CP for the One Step Closer Foundation over at Plan Hollywood. Get over to the $12.30, $300 buy-in, $100 add-ons.
You're buying in, right, Mark?
No, I'm giving away a seat. So
when?
I already said what we needed to do.
Oh,
they had to come up and say, "Hey, Mr. Poker."
Hey.
So we're waiting for somebody to do it, and if not, you can text me, "Hey, Mr. Poker," and first one gets it. All right, that's it. We're done. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Mr. Poker.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night and best of luck to everybody here at the World Series of Poker. Have a good evening.